Calgary has a way of slowing everything down. We like to stay home when it's cold and snowing. But today, we managed to get out and visit one of the postcard perfect parks in the city during winter. Carburn Park. It sits along the Bow River in the southeast quadrant of the city, a little pocket of calm tucked between the neighborhoods and the water. Even in winter, it's alive. You just have to look closely. Before Carburn Park became the quiet winter escape we know today, this land had a very different life. In the early 20th century, it was part of the ranching territory owned by Senator Patrick Burns, one of Alberta's Big Four ranchers who helped finance the first Calgary Stampede. Later, the area shifted into industrial use as a gravel pit operated by Carburn Aggregates. By the 1970s and early 80s, the city began reclaiming the land, transforming it from extraction site to green space. The park officially opened in the mid-1980s, turning 135 hectares of former gravel operations into ponds, forests, and wildlife habitat. Today, it's one of Calgary's most peaceful reclaimed landscapes, a reminder of how nature can return when given space. Anyways, this is one of the go-to places for a lot of people who love a quiet walk. Even in the coldest months, you'll still see a few bundled up regulars out here enjoying the winter wonderland version of the park. Carburn Park is part of the larger Bow River pathway system, so the trails connect to nearby neighborhoods like Riverbend and Quarry Park. Because it's such a well-used area, the city keeps the main pathways paved and maintained year-round. In winter, the routes are usually cleared and sanded, which makes it easier and safer to walk even after fresh snow. The side trails can get a bit more natural and snowy, but the main loop stays surprisingly accessible. And today, we're out here doing our own winter walk too. Taking it slow, listening to the crunch of snow under our boots, and just enjoying how peaceful everything feels. Even with the cold, there's something comforting about seeing people still choosing to be outside, sharing the space with the wildlife and the quiet. Speaking of wildlife, we actually saw quite a few, way more than we expected. First were the deer, and not just one or two, there were three of them just casually wandering through the trees like it was their park and we were the visitors. Well, actually, we are the visitors. They were calm, quiet, and completely unbothered by us, just doing their winter routine. Then, out on the frozen lake, we spotted a coyote crossing the ice. What a sight! It moved so confidently across the snow that it made us wonder if there were more nearby. They usually travel in small groups, so you never know who else is watching from the trees. along, we heard that familiar tapping, a woodpecker working away on a tree trunk, adding a bit of rhythm to the stillness of the park. Bound by the river, the Canada geese were gathered in their usual spots, totally unfazed by the cold. They're year round residents here, and winter doesn't slow them down at all. And finally, the swans, three of them, swimming right alongside the geese. That was unexpected. So at first, we didn't notice it, but there's a guy that came here and asked us, are they trumpeter swans? And I was like, where? And he pointed at those two swans swimming with the Canadian geese. And we are so amazed. And he said that these swans, we tried getting photos of them, and honestly, these were the best we could manage. They kept moving, and we were just standing there like paparazzi in the snow. But hey, at least we got something to prove they were actually there. This turned out to be such a nice winter walk. Quiet, cold, and full of little surprises. Days like this make Carburn Park feel extra special, especially when the wildlife shows up and the whole place feels alive even in the middle of winter. Thank you for coming along with us. It's always nice sharing these little winter moments, even when our hands are freezing and the photos are a bit imperfect.
Keep shining.
Happy wandering!